Welcome back to All4C Learning session 34. As in previous session we learned preparation properties of alkyl and aryl halides completely. In this session we are going to learn preparation of dihaloalkanes, means dihalogen derivatives. As we know, dihalogen derivatives, there are two types. One is alkyl leading halides and the second one is alkylene dihalides or alkylene halides. So what is the difference between alkyl leading and alkylene? Alkyl leading dihalides are nothing but geminal dihalides and alkylene halides are nothing but vicinal dihalides. Here gem dihalides means both the halogen atoms are attached to same carbon, and vicinal dihalide means the two halogen atoms are attached to two different carbon atoms, but the two must be adjacent. In other words, vicinal dihalides is nothing but both the halogen atoms are attached to adjacent carbon atoms. Let us see the example here. I am going to consider CH3, CH, Cl and Cl. This one we called ethylene chloride or 1,1 dichloroethane, and ethylene dichloride CH2, CH2, Cl and Cl. In previous case, we are giving a UPSC nomenclature as 1,1 dichloroethane, 1,1 dichloroethane, and this one is nothing but a geminal because both the halogen atoms are in the same environment. That's why what we call is gem dihalide and vicinal dihalide. Here both the chlorine atoms attached to adjacent carbon atoms. Its name is 1,2 dichloroethane, and this one also called vicinal dihalide. So geminal and vicinal, there are two types of halides. Now how we are going to prepare these geminal and vicinal dihalides? Let us first discuss preparation of geminal dihalides. Preparation of geminal dihalides. For that, reaction is by the action of PCl5 upon carbonyl compounds. As we know, carbonyl compounds are nothing but those compounds which are having C double bond O functional group. Along with the C double bond O, remaining two valencies are satisfied with one alkyl, another one is either hydrogen or alkyl. So if it is RC double bond OH, then that is aldehyde. If it is RC double bond OR, that is ketone. HC double bond OH is formaldehyde. So carbonyl compounds means compounds which consist C double bond O as a functional group. So there are two types, aldehydes and ketones. These carbonyl compounds upon reaction with the PCl5, by the action of PCl5, we are writing R, C, instead of double bond O, there are two chlorine atoms attached here, either H or R, along with that phosphoryl chloride, POCl3 is the product. So how this mechanism proceeds and in which way these aldehydes and ketones are going to convert into geminal dihaloalkanes. Let us see the mechanism here. So PCl5, regarding PCl5, phosphorus is attached to 5 chlorine atoms. 5 chlorine atoms, here sp3 dehybridization, and being phosphorus fifth group element, it has 5 electrons in its valence shell. All that 5 electrons are utilized in bond formation. So there is no more electrons, that means no more lone pair of electrons. And in its outermost shell, vacant d orbitals are there. Being presence of vacant d orbitals, and phosphorus atom is attached to 5 more electronegative chlorine atoms. That's why it can accept a pair of electrons from donors. That means this PCl5 can act as Lewis acid. PCl5 can act as Lewis acid. Now PCl5, as we know that it dissociates as PCl4 plus and PCl6 minus. Compared to PCl5, PCl4 plus Lewis acid character is much more, because right now it has positive charge, vacant orbital, and 4 more electronegative halogen chlorine atoms. Now this PCl4 plus acts as electron pair accepted, that what we call Lewis acid, and Lewis acid, and this one is going to accept electron pair from carbonyl oxygen. Let us see here R C double bond OH. Here oxygen possesses two lone pairs and phosphorus possesses vacant d orbital. Into its vacant d orbital, oxygen is going to donate. Means here oxygen acts as electron pair donor, and phosphorus in PCl4 plus acts as electron pair acceptor. So electron pair acceptor is Lewis acid and electron pair donor is Lewis base. Here this reaction is nothing but Lewis acid base reaction. Then what mechanism here proceeds? R C double bond O phosphorus Cl. Here because of it donates electron pair to positively charged phosphorus, that positive charge disappears upon phosphorus and appears upon oxygen. Here positive charge appears. Being more alternative, it's a bearing positive charge is highly unstable. Then this one pulls pi electrons towards itself, resultant that positive charge appears at carbon. Then what happens whenever these electrons shifted? Here from phosphorus, chlorine will be migrated from phosphorus to carbon. Then we are getting RH, C and Cl. Either it may be H or R, whatever it may be. If it is H aldehyde, if it is R ketone. So either aldehyde or ketone. Here Cl migrated along with electrons, and now in between carbon and oxygen, earlier it was double bond, now it converts into single bond. Now around phosphorus, again here out of 4 chlorines, 1 chlorine migrated along with electron pair. Right now phosphorus again bears positive charge. Now into its positive charge, what happened? Again phosphorus is going to give, oxygen is going to give electrons. Now oxygen is going to give electrons. Again oxygen bears positive charge, R, H, R, C, here Cl, O, double bond, P, Cl. Right now here only 3 chlorine atoms. Now this one O plus, double bond, P, Cl3, this one acts as good leaving group. And in the first step PCl6 minus is there. This PCl6 minus is going to give one more Cl minus, and that Cl minus has to come and attack upon this carbon, and the CO bonded electron pair will be shifted towards more electronegative oxygen. We are positively charged oxygen. Then what happened here? R, H or R, C, Cl and Cl plus POCl3. So this is the reaction actually what happened and how mechanism proceeds. Once again, aldehydes are ketones, simply what we call carbonyl compounds. Upon reaction with PCl5, we are getting jump halides, and along with that phosphoryl chloride, POCl3. Here this reaction is not an acid base reaction, that you can understand by checking out that oxidation state of phosphorus. Here in PCl5 phosphorus plus 5 oxidation state, in POCl3 also plus 5 oxidation state. There is no change in oxidation state, hence this reaction is not a redox reaction. And mechanism, if you observe PCl5, directly we can take PCl5 and we can explain that, but instead of that this mechanism is more suitable, and PCl5 dissociates as PCl4 plus and PCl6 minus, and that PCl4 plus is going to accept electron pair from carbonyl group oxygen and it bears positive charge. Then migration of pi bond electrons towards oxygen and migration of Cl along with electron pair from phosphorus to carbon. This one happens. So far in between carbon and oxygen, earlier it was a double bond, right now it comes to single bond, and this carbon is attached to one chlorine. And the same thing repeated here again, oxygen is going to donate electron pair into vacant orbital of phosphorus, then oxygen is going to bear positive charge. But this time migration of chlorine do not happen, and instead of that PCl6 minus is going to donate Cl minus and PCl5 comes out. So in overall reaction, even though you consider 2 PCl5, 2 moles of PCl5, ultimately 1 mole PCl5 only consumed in this reaction, remaining PCl5 remains as such. Now if you are considering acetaldehyde CH3 C double bond OH upon reaction with PCl5, acetaldehyde upon reaction with PCl5, we are getting products CH3 CH Cl Cl plus POCl3. Ethylene chloride or 1,1-dichloro
ethane. Now, if you are considering ketone as reactant, means acetone as reactant, which upon treatment with PCl5. PCl5, here C double bond group is attached to C double bond group is second carbon, right? So since second carbon is C double bond O, here that double bond O will be replaced by 2 chlorine atoms. Then what we are getting? 2,2-dichloropropane, 2,2-dichloropropane along with POCl3. This is one method of preparation of gem dihalides. Next method of preparation of gem dihalides from alkynes. Let us see alkynes. Acetylene HC triple bond CH upon addition of hydrogen halide, let us say HCl. So alkyne upon addition of HCl, we are heading towards one carbon hydrogen will go and towards another carbon Cl. So which carbon will attach to which one, it is not necessary here because of it is symmetrical alkyne, means both the triple bonded carbons are in same environment, means attached to hydrogen only. If one is alkyl group, another one is hydrogen, then we have to think about that. So now in such a case, first upon addition of HCl, we are getting, means alkyne converted into alkene derivative. This is what we call the vinyl halide. So vinyl chloride you are getting, alkyne upon addition of HCl, we are getting vinyl chloride, and to this vinyl chloride, further addition of HCl, we are getting product CH3, CH, Cl and Cl, gem dihalide. So we are getting gem dichloride. Now, while reading this reaction, you are getting doubt. Sir, first time you mentioned that acetylene upon addition of HCl, okay, we are getting vinyl chloride, okay. And after formation of vinyl chloride, both the double bonded carbon atoms are not in same environment. One double bonded carbon is attached to 2 hydrogens and one double bonded carbon is attached to 1 hydrogen and 1 halogen. Now, in case of unsymmetrical alkenes, addition follows Markovnikov rule, and such addition is called Markovnikov addition. Markovnikov rule and Markovnikov addition. Remember, Markovnikov rule, wherever Markovnikov rule follows, there Markovnikov product you may or may not get. That already you was learned in your 11th class syllabus. Same addition of alkene, addition of water to alkenes. In presence of hydroboration oxidation, you are getting product different. Oxymercuration, demercuration, you are getting different. And acid catalyzed hydration, you are getting products different. Means wherever Markovnikov rule follows, there you may not get a Markovnikov product. And Markovnikov addition is there, Markovnikov rule follows, and Markovnikov product. These three terms are important, right? Now here it follows Markovnikov rule, and addition is Markovnikov addition. Follows Markovnikov rule. Addition is Markovnikov addition, and product is Markovnikov product. 3 words are there. Okay. So addition is Markovnikov addition. Why you are saying Markovnikov addition? As per Markovnikov rule, positive part of the addendum is attached to the carbon which consists more number of hydrogens, right? So here in HCl, positive part of addendum is HCl, positive part is H plus. Now H plus has to go to the carbon which consists more number of hydrogens. Here more number of hydrogens, this one. And this carbon possesses less hydrogen, only one. That's why H goes to this one. So CH3, CH, Cl, Cl, you are getting product. Okay, this is the major product. And minor product you may get 1,2-dichloroethane. Okay, leave that matter. Now, here rule follows Markovnikov rule. Addition also Markovnikov addition, because addendum positive part, negative part. But everywhere it won't happen like that. But the final product you are getting Markovnikov product. And it follows Markovnikov rule. But addition is not Markovnikov addition. I am repeating. Addition is not Markovnikov addition. But ultimately it looks like it follows Markovnikov rule. And the product you are getting Markovnikov product. You got it? So addition is not Markovnikov means if
mechanism proceeds via free radical. In such a case, positive part is not there. But even though it follows Markovnikov rule, right or not? So following Markovnikov rule is one path, and addition Markovnikov addition is one path, and product is Markovnikov product is another path. So all these three not always same. Okay, not always same. These are different categories. Okay. Now here you are getting gem dihalide or ethylene chloride simply by addition of HCl to alkyne. In first step, alkyne converts into alkene. Alkene further converts into alkane derivative. Now, instead of this acetylene, if I am going to consider propyne, CH3, C triple bond, CH plus HCl, propyne. That means now in this case, alkyne is not symmetrical, and this alkyl group is plus I group. Plus I group means electron releasing or electron repelling group. Since these are electron releasing group, these 5 electrons are shifted towards this carbon. Ultimately, this carbon acquires negative charge and this carbon acquires positive charge. So H plus has to come to this carbon and Cl minus will go here. Now CH3 CCl double bond CH2 double bond CH2 here. Now upon addition of second HCl molecule, this CH3 is again a plus I group. It repels or it releases electron towards this carbon, and moreover this is a vinylic halide derivative. And in vinyl halides, what happened? Chlorine containing lone pair is involved in plus M effect. Because of its plus M effect, 5 electrons are shifted towards this carbon. Again this one acquires partial negative charge and this carbon acquires partial positive charge. Hence what product we are going to get? CH3 CCl. Again because of this carbon acquires partial negative charge, this H plus prefers to go to this carbon only and Cl minus will come to this one. So here also it follows Markovnikov rule. Addition is Markovnikov addition and product also Markovnikov product. So simply when we are adding hydrogen halides, whether it is HCl or HBr, remember that HCl or HBr. So HCl or HBr, by addition to alkynes, first it converts into alkenes, and that alkenes are nothing but vinylic halide derivatives, either vinyl chloride or vinylic halide derivatives, which upon addition of HCl you are getting gem dihalides, 1,1-dichloroethane first case, and 2,2-dichloro-propane. It is also called propylene chloride. That one is ethylene chloride, and this one is propylene chloride. Propylene chloride. So we can prepare like this. But if you want to prepare fluoro and iodobenzene, shall we use this method only? No, this method is not applicable. So how can we prepare iodobenzenes? So how do you prepare iodoalkanes? Here iodo derivatives, iodine derivatives I want to prepare, and diiodoalkanes I want to prepare. Diiodoalkanes I want to prepare. But if you are using this method, then obviously reaction not takes place. Okay? Why? Because of large size fermentations are there, and similarly in case of fluorine also there is same problem. Like what problems we was discussed in case of alkyl fluorides and alkyl iodides, similar here also. But how can we prepare gem diiodide, sir? If you want to prepare, you have to consider gem dichloride or gem dibromide. I am repeating once again. Geminal dichlorides or geminal dibromides, which upon reaction with sodium iodide in acetone, that is what we call Fenkelson reaction. So same reaction here you need to perform. Similarly, if you want to prepare fluorobenzenes, so sorry, not fluorobenzene, fluoroalkane. If you want to prepare fluoroalkane, then again same, shall we use the same? No. Let us see. Their Schwarz reaction will end similar here also. Similar here also. So you can prepare geminal dichloride, geminal dibromide in these methods, but not gem difluoride and gem diiodide. For gem diiodide, we need to follow halide exchange reaction. Halide exchange reaction where substrates are gem dichlorides or gem dibromides, and if you want to prepare gem difluorides, in such a case
we have to follow similar to Schwartz reaction. There also substrates are again Zam dichlorides or Zam dibromides. So I want to prepare fluoroalkanes. For that, I am going to consider CH3, CH, Cl. This one is ethylene chloride. This ethylene chloride upon treatment with either SbF3 or HF in presence of SnCl4. Then what happened? SbF3. We are getting product CH3, CHFCl, means one chlorine can be displaced by fluorine, and both the chlorine atoms can be displaced by fluorine atoms. Like this, you are getting product. Similarly, if you want to prepare 2,2-difluoropropane from propylene chloride, in such a case, again we have to use either SbF3 or HF in SnCl4. Then we are getting CH3, CClF, CH3. In first case, one of the Cl will be displaced by fluorine, and both the chlorine atoms will be displaced by fluorine atoms. So a mixture of products you are getting, not a single product. This is a method of preparation of Zam dihalides from alkynes. Now let us see how can we prepare vicinal dihalides. So preparation of vicinal dihalides. From alkenes, as we know, alkenes, say ethylene, upon chlorination we are getting 1,2-dichloroethane. 1,2-dichloroethane. Ethene means alkene upon halogenation. So how this reaction mechanism proceeds? And this reaction proceeds in presence of solvent, carbon tetrachloride or methylene chloride solvent. So non-polar solvent. What mechanism it proceeds? It is nothing but it looks like addition reaction. Mechanism proceeds like this. CH2 double bond CH2 upon addition of chlorine. When this chlorine molecule approaches the pi bond center, obviously this center is electron rich center. This will be repelled by the sigma bond, hence the sigma bond electrons goes to this chlorine, and this chlorine acquires positive charge. More and more the positive charge developed upon this chlorine, and more strongly it will be attracted towards this double bond center, or vice versa. More and more approach of the chlorine towards this double bond center, electron rich center, then more and more positive charge it acquires, simultaneously more negative charge also here. So first case we are getting halonium ion complex in which halogen is going to bear positive charge. It is a three-membered cyclic transition state. It is called halonium ion. After formation of halonium ion, Cl minus, which reported here, that Cl minus has to attack from rear side with respect to this cyclic transition state. Then we are getting products CH2Cl and CH2Cl. So we are getting products like this 1,2-dichloroethane. This product. Now, from this mechanism, it is very clear. Two chlorine atoms are added to double bond. Both the chlorine atoms are not added from same side with respect to double bond. With respect to double bond, both chlorine atoms are not added from same side. If one chlorine atom is added from one side, other chlorine atom is approached from a rear side with respect to double bond. Double bond is planar na. So with respect to this plane, one chlorine approaches from one side, another chlorine approaches from another side. So the first one, which one is going to take part? That is a slow step, means attacking of Cl plus upon double bond center is a slow step. That is a rate determining step. Hence this reaction is called electrophilic addition reaction. This is electrophilic addition reaction. So electrophilic addition here, electrophile is Cl plus, and that Cl plus is generated from Cl2. Here electrophilic addition reaction, because of electrophile is participated in rate determining step, we are calling electrophilic addition. After that nucleophile also added, Cl minus also added, but that one do not take part in rate law. That's why we are not going to mention. So simply this one is called electrophilic addition reaction. Now, if it is one more, here this addition what we call anti-addition. Which addition it is? Anti-addition. This addition is anti-addition. Now I am going to consider one unsymmetrical alkene, RCH double bond CH2, unsymmetrical alkene. To this one we are going to add Cl2. Obviously we are getting RCH CH2 here cyclic 3-membered halonium ion complex. 3-membered cyclic transition state you are getting. After this formation of this transition state, one more Cl minus has to approach. Now this Cl minus will goes to which carbon? Let us suppose this terminal carbon is C14. This terminal carbon is C14. No, there is no distinction here. So fine. Here Cl minus has to approach from rear side. So towards which carbon? Let us see. This alkyl group is electron releasing group. Being electron releasing group, pi electrons are shifted towards terminal carbon. So pi electrons when shifted towards terminal carbon, this carbon acquires partial negative charge and this carbon acquires partial positive charge. So whenever this carbon acquires partial negative charge, this Cl plus preferably try to shift towards this carbon and more positive charge developed upon the central carbon. Then the Cl minus prefers to go to this carbon but not upon this one. Then we are getting RCHCl and CH2Cl. Oral addition is syn addition. Oral addition is syn addition. Okay. So if you consider alkene is cis alkene, anti-addition. Oral addition, syn addition. No, anti-addition. So cis alkene, anti-addition, we are getting product racemic mixture. If alkene we are considering is transalkene. Transalkene anti-addition meso compound. Cis alkene anti-addition racemic mixture Carr principle is what we call it, or transalkene anti-addition meso compound. So overall addition is here syn addition, not trans addition, anti-addition, right? Anti-addition. So because of anti-addition, cis gives racemic mixture and trans gives meso compound, right? Now here this one follows Markovnikov rule or not? Whether this addition is Markovnikov addition is not or not, and ultimately you are getting Markovnikov product or not. Check out here. This carbon consists more number of hydrogens. This carbon consists less number of hydrogens. And here Cl plus is going to add to this carbon only. Cl plus added to this carbon, terminal carbon only. Cl minus added to central carbon, means this one follows Markovnikov rule. And addition is Markovnikov addition. And the product is Markovnikov product. But did you understand? Is there any difference here? So Markovnikov addition takes place or not, Markovnikov rule follows or not, Markovnikov product you are getting or not, that you can understand by understanding only mechanism, not by simply looking the reaction. Next method of preparation of vicinal dihalides from glycols. As we know very well, glycols are nothing but dihydric alcohols. Ethylene glycol CH2OH, ethylene glycol upon reaction with PCl5, phosphorus pentahalide. Ethylene glycol, same the mechanism what we learned in previous example. So oxygen is going to donate electron pair and phosphorus PCl5, phosphorus accepts electron pair because of presence of vacant d orbitals, and Cl minus will be shifted to the carbon. Then we are getting CH2Cl and CH2Cl plus. Here you are getting HCl as a byproduct. Just like alcohol, I will write the alcohol mechanism here. Similar mechanism will be applicable. Same for glycols also. But because of two OH groups are there, two times the reaction performs. Alcohol upon reaction with PCl5, here oxygen is going to donate electron pair to vacant orbital of phosphorus. Resultant ROH, here phosphorus bond, 5 chlorine atoms here plus and O minus, and this Cl has to come out. This Cl minus comes out and attacks upon alkyl group. Then we are getting RCl plus, here OH, one HCl and H comes out, POCl3 and HCl. So we are getting product here POCl3, and this POCl3 further reacts with alcohols. We are getting phosphoric acid derivative. So here we are getting HCl and POCl3 also we are getting here. So in this reaction
we are just learning as alcohols, primary alcohols upon reaction with PCl5 because here both the OH groups are primary. Both the OH groups are primary. So primary alcohol, just like primary alcohol upon reaction with PCl5, we are getting alkyl halide. Just like here two primary alcohol groups are there. Both the primary alcohol groups upon reaction with PCl5 you are getting ethylene dichloride. If you want to prepare propylene dichloride or 1,2-dichloropropane, then we need to consider propene glycol. So CH3CHOH, CH2OH upon reaction with PCl5. Upon reaction with PCl5, then we are getting CH3CHCl and CH2Cl. Remember here there is no carbocation formation, no rearrangement, no ring expansion, not like that. Here mechanism do not proceed via formation of carbocation, intramolecular rearrangement reaction only here. There is no formation of carbocation, that's why there is no rearranged products we are expecting here. And so we can prepare 1,2-dichloro and 1,2-dibromo also in this method. 1,2-dichloro we can prepare, 1,2-dibromo also we can prepare. Again 1,2-diiodo if you want. Again we have to go for halide ion exchange method, not only for gem dihalides, for vicinal dihalides also. If you want to prepare 1,2-diiodoalkane, then you have to follow halide ion exchange method. But there is one difficulty. In case of, for example, if we prepare like this, means 1,2-dichloropropane is there. This one upon halide ion exchange method, NaIN is stored, and ultimately we are getting CH3CHI and CH2I. We are getting 1,2-diiodo-propane. But after formation of this product, this is quite unstable and it immediately loses I2 molecule. Just like here, this electron goes and this one comes out by taking electron. So here this iodine comes out as plus and this iodine comes out as minus, and ultimately I2 we are getting. So we will get alkene as product. In other words, reverse reaction takes place more in case of iodine, means 1,2-diiodo. Similarly, if you want to prepare 1,2-difluoro, in such a case, we have to use HDF2, CHCl, Cl and CH2Cl. This one upon treatment with mercury fluoride, HDF2. Again halide exchange method, we are getting 1,2-difluoropropane. So we can prepare 1,2-dichloroalkane and 1,2-diiodoalkane, 1,2-difluoroalkane only by halide ion exchange method. But 1,2-diiodoalkanes are unstable. They readily converts into alkenes. These are the methods of preparation of gem and vicinal dihalides.